I'm going to explain a shield charge and give a few tips for it. So with a shield charge, you're charging into enemies, and when you get to the enemies, you're going to crash into them, and you stop and do damage to the enemies in an area. That's the area of effect, just here. But you also deal extra damage to the enemies you collide with. That's the collision tab here. So two things, area of effect, collision. That's in theory though, because in practice I tried for maybe like 20 minutes and I have a hard time seeing the difference between the enemies I collide with and the enemies nearby that get hit with the area of effect. Not sure why, but anyway, even with that, it's still pretty nice. When you charge, you're going to charge and your shield is raised, and when your shield is raised, you block all incoming blockable hits, so like melee attacks or arrows or something. So it's just like raising your shield like this. You charge and your shield is raised for all the time that you're moving through. The other things going for it, when you do the collision, you're going to knock the enemies back, and that's very nice because knocking the enemies back, they move a bit away. Sometimes they will fall on the ground and you can just chain into the next skill, something like a bone shatter, something like a rolling slam. So you have time to you charge into the enemies and you have time to chain into your next skill before they get back to you because of the knockback. And the next thing that it does, it also has a big bonus to stun build up. So you can use this for a stun build. So when you charge into enemies, you get more stun. So you could chain into, for example, Bone Shatter that uses stun effects. So that's very nice. And you have support gems to improve also everything around these stuns. So that's nice. And with all that, you also have the fact that shield charge is a pretty nice mobility skill. So you can move like this around the map, and it will go faster than if you were just moving normally. You can go like this and charge. It goes faster. And then there's, at the end of your charge, there's a little bit of an animation here that slows the character down. There's nothing that you can do, even if you hold the move arrow, it's just going to stop due to the animation. So what you can do is you can just roll out of the animation. So if I go like this, at the end I just roll and I just skip completely the animation where this character is just slowing down. You charge and you roll like this. It goes faster than charging and waiting for the animation to stop like this. Now for the damage part, it's going to be based on the armor of your shield. You can see here I have a shield with 95 armor. You can see the damage here, average damage per use 91 for the area of effect part. If I move to a shield with much less armor, you can see that it moved from 90 something to 50 something, so it's much less damage. So you want to use a shield with a lot of armor. Next, you can see the two tabs here, area of effect. For my character here, a normal attack is maybe like 200 damage. You can see that the area of effect part is about half of a normal attack. But the collision part is maybe 1.5 times the damage of your normal attacks. So much more damage here with the collision than with the area of effect. Now I'm just going to charge into an enemy or two. So if I charge here, you can see I have time to use my next skill before he went back from his knockback. So I charge him, he moved back like this, and I just use my next skill before you could get back to me. You can also pretty easily move to your raised shield right after the shield charge. So if I charge into the enemies, I can just instantly move my raised shield to protect myself. The shield is up. Charge, shield up. Charge, shield up. And now we're going to look at the support gems. So you have in the recommended ones, you have Overpower here. That increases the stun build-up of the skill. I think that's very nice because you already have plus 50% stun build-up with shield charge, so you would get to plus 100% with this. So very nice for stun builds. Stomping Ground, I tried it. It has a little shockwave. Every few steps you have a little shockwave that deals some damage. I did not like it because it clutters the screen. It felt pretty weird visually. But I thought the damage addition was fine, and you always have a shockwave that appears near you where you collide into the enemies, so all the enemies around that get the AoE from shield charge will also get the damage from the shockwave here. But visually I did not like it, so I don't like really this gem. And Unbreakable increases your stun resistance. I don't think it's very useful because you already are very protected with your shield up during shield charge, so I don't like that one. One I like that is not in the recommended ones is magnified effect to increase your area of effect of the shield charge. So if we go like this, you can see if I find my shield charge here, you can see base is 2.54 meters of impact, but if you use this 2.8, same thing with the collision. You're going to see it 2.8 here. So I like that one. I think it should probably have been in the recommended gems, because when you charge, you want to charge into the most enemies that you can to give them the stun and to give them the knockback effect. If we go at the level 2 here, close combat, 25% more damage to enemies near you. They're always going to be near you when you charge because you just collide when they're near you. I think that's nice, but I think momentum is better, because momentum is you'll deal 40% more damage if you move at least 2 meters before dealing the damage. And with shield charge, you're always going to run a little bit before dealing the damage. So I think this one is rather perfect for shield charge. That's it. Thanks for watching.